We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Team set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stroud looks to throw on the first play. And he completes it to Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The Texans had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
3rd down and 13.
Oh, ball. 19 seconds. 11. Foul. Look to high.
Now Stroud. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run. This is Bashal Tutin. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Hey, kill. Hey, James, 11.
Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Hey, kill.
At the 43-yard line.
Safe right. Go. Go. Let's go. 11. Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And Thomas has it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Check smash. Hey, Soko. Hot. Safe right open. 13 loop. Hey, I'm gun. That's your man. Hot.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
11. Hey, Lion. Hey, Ginger. Duck. 30 left.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hey, easy. Route. This is hot.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
11. 11, Agate. Go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Stroud to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Another one caught by Collins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
All right. Tony.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Go, bro. 18. What's that?
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Look the hot, look the hot. Hey, Uno Mars.
Stroud. That's downfield. He's got Tonjes. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hey, South. That's to the right. Hey. Marcus. Hey, Uno. White, 19 Texas. 11. Hey, Uno.
Stroud looking to throw. He finds Wilson. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
2 more yards. And the Texans.
Robert.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
18. What's that?
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Garrett Wilson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to widen their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Good return up past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now defense. Do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Well, in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
11. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 60 yards. And the Jags are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra injury.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mixing up the middle. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Oh, ready? Under. 118. That's it. Bucky. Look at high. White zone. Hey, uno more. Hey, uno. Good.
Stroud working out of the gun. Dumps it off to Mixon. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Here's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 11. 18. That's it. Stop. Bucky.
And Stroud now to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
18. Speed left. Look at high. Hey! White Tony. Hey, uno more. Hey, uno.
They're going for it. Here's Stroud. That is caught. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
First down.
Oh, right.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
19 Texas. South. Bucky. Look at high.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Forrest Morgan. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he'll just get rid of it.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Lisa 24. Son. Here we go.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's complete. It's Basher-Tutin. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
It's a gain of 10.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On the red. Hey, Ginger. Hey, I'm gun. Go. 11.
Now Lawrence to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Hey, kill. Hey,
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Hey, go. Done. That's hot. Silver.
And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to Tootin. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Hey, Soko. 11, Agate. Go. Hey, I'm gun.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this 1st half. Started for the 2nd half. It was an even 1st half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the 1st half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Let's go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Lawrence will throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So an opening drive interception to begin this 2nd half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you're expected to do in the 2nd half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
To Mixon on the check down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
18. Speed left, speed left. South, south, south. 11. Bucky. Hey, Uno Mars. 19 Texas.
Now Stroud. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And he goes out right around the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Gun.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Here we go.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Lawrence now to throw after that last run. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
13 Luke.
Now Lawrence. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, kill. 11.
Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Go, let's go. Sink right. 11, Agate. Sink right open. 30 left. Here we go.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10.
Texans 17, Jaguars 10.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
First down, Jaguars.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Jacksonville.
Back to throw. Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He's to the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And tough going there as he'll only get it out to about the 31. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Under. Hey, uno. 19 Texas. 11. Look to high. Hey.
Stroud to throw it. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Got to go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Why Tony? On the quick, right? 19 Texas. 19.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Speed left. Hey, south. Buggy. Hey, uno. 19 Texas. 11.
Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Buggy.
Throwing now is Stroud. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Under. 118. What's up?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, south. Here we go.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to Mixon on first down. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Here's 2nd and 3.
Under. Hey! Hey, uno. 19 Texas. Eleven. Look the hot.
Here's Stroud. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Schultz. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
On the quick, right? 18. That's it.
Mixon is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon.
All right.
They'll give it to him again. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the line as they stop it right around the 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Jaguars 17.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Let's go.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Sink right. Hey,
Here's Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a quick read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This is the tight end fan. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Bashir Tootin, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. Effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. There's a short one caught by Tonjes. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the 40-yard line.
A handoff to Nixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 17 on a pickup there. The Texans also get a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Stroud looking to throw. Another one caught by Collins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins from 21 yards away. And the Texans will add to their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
30 left. Hey, go. So hot. 13 loose.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. That's complete. He's got Tootin. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Field goals are going to help.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. This crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Brent, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have had a few men in the box there.
Hey, easy.
Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get set.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. They'll try and run it in. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Let's go.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as they'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. This is 1st and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey! Why Tony? Nice attack. Hey, Uno Mars. Red.
Stroud. He's going to let it fly. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's 1st down.
Speed left. Puppy. Hey, south. 11. Look to hot.
Now Stroud. This ball intercepted. And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Here's Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Jacksonville, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.